When learning about chimpanzees, it's very important to consider their social lives. Chimpanzees are very social creatures, just like us. They live in large groups with adult males and females and their offspring. Males usually stay in the group that they were born into for their entire lives, but females usually leave and join other groups. Sometimes the larger group of chimpanzees breaks into smaller groups, and this social structure is called Fission-Fusion Society. Fission is defined as the act of dividing or splitting something into two or more parts, and fusion is defined as the process of joining two or more things together. It may help to think about your school as a Fission-Fusion Society. So your grade could be considered the large social group, and your classrooms could be considered small subgroups. Your entire grade may come together at certain times and split into different classrooms at other times. For chimpanzees, the size of these subgroups may depend on the activity or the time of year. So foraging groups may have a larger number of individuals when food is plentiful, which is usually in the wet season, and may have a smaller number or even be a single individual when food is scarce, which is usually in the dry season. This relationship between group size and food availability could also be applied to your life. So for example, if you were having a pizza party and you had 20 slices of pizza, you wouldn't invite 30 people. There wouldn't be enough for everyone. When there is less food, it becomes difficult to share it among a large group. At the same time, when traveling, groups are usually smaller because individuals travel at different speeds, much like the way that you and your classmates walk at different speeds in the hallway between classes. At night, the entire group joins back together to sleep. When individuals reunite after having been in different subgroups, they often greet each other by touching hands, which is very similar to human handshakes. In fact, chimpanzees are the only other species besides humans known to perform hand-to-hand greeting. Chimpanzee social relationships are often influenced by dominance, which is the use of aggression or threats to change the behavior of others. Dominance interactions are not limited to direct physical violence. Males often perform behaviors such as hitting the ground, throwing rocks, or shaking small trees, which displays their strength to other males. These displays may also involve vocalizations, and the chimpanzee's hair may also bristle or stand upright, making them look larger. You may have noticed the appearance of bristling hair when coming upon an unfriendly cat, or felt the sensation of bristling hair when you get goosebumps. That's right, if you had hair all over your body, whenever you were frightened or cold, the goosebumps would cause your hair to stand on end. These displays may actually be more beneficial to the individual than direct violence because there is less risk of injury. Have you ever been intimidated by a teacher? Most likely they did not resort to physical violence, but instead raised their voice or threatened attention to assert their authority. These more subtle dominance interactions that parallel with humans can also be seen in individuals that are being intimidated. Submissive means obedient or passive, and submissive signals in chimpanzees may include crouching or holding one's hand out while grunting or squeaking, which is similar to the way that you slouch down and apologize when being scolded. These submissive signals benefit the individual performing them because it prevents further aggression and injuries that might otherwise occur. The result of these dominance interactions is a dominance hierarchy in which each individual in the group has a rank. The highest ranking male in the group is the alpha male. The alpha male may enjoy benefits such as access to the most food when foraging in a group, much like adults cutting in the lunch line at school. Males in a lower rank are called subordinates, and they do not enjoy these benefits. However, the dominance hierarchy is not permanent. It may change as males get older and they challenge one another. Grooming is the act of tidying, cleaning, or brushing oneself or another. And in chimpanzees, it involves removing pieces of dirt, plants, dried skin, and insects from the hair. Think about what's involved in your daily grooming. You may brush your teeth, take a shower, or brush your hair all before you go to school in the morning. Besides the obvious benefit of removing unwanted substances, grooming serves many other functions for chimpanzees. Grooming is a very important social interaction for chimpanzees, and it's used to build, maintain, and strengthen relationships. Similarly, in humans, girls' sleepovers often involve friends doing each other's hair, nails, or makeup. Grooming can also help individuals relax and may be used as a soothing gesture after an aggressive interaction or stressful situation. This use for grooming is not so different from ours either. Think about your mom stroking your hair or rubbing your back when you're upset. Additionally, chimpanzees who have been groomed by a certain individual will be more likely to repay that individual in the future with grooming or food. This act of giving and getting something in return is called reciprocal altruism, and it's present in humans too. If someone does something nice for you, you're more likely to return the favor, right? A chimpanzee may request to be groomed by presenting part of its body to another individual. Grooming sessions can last from a matter of seconds to hours. Usually, a chimpanzee will use one hand to pull back a section of hair and then use the other hand or teeth to remove unwanted substances. While grooming, chimpanzees will eat any insects they find, smacking their lips as they eat. As a result, lip smacking and grooming have become associated with each other, to the point that chimps will lip smack when they are grooming, even if they're not eating insects. The two behaviors have become so connected that if an individual begins lip smacking, it can initiate grooming.
Culture can also be observed in chimpanzee grooming. Culture refers to behaviors that are characteristic of a particular social group. These behaviors are passed down from generation to generation through social learning. For example, only the chimpanzees at Mahale National Park perform the hand clasp while grooming. The hand clasp is when two chimpanzees are grooming each other, and they extend their arms overhead. Then they grasp each other's wrist or hand and use the opposite hand to groom the other chimpanzee. To learn more about chimpanzee culture, see the cognition chapter.
Play is another very important social interaction among both chimpanzees and humans. Similar to humans, play more commonly occurs among younger chimpanzees. Besides the obvious intention of having fun, play is a great way to build relationships, improve strength, and practice adult behaviors. Think about the way we humans play. The people you play with usually become your friends, so you are building relationships by playing just like the chimpanzees. Also, activities like swinging on the monkey bars or tag help you improve your strength, and playing games like house help you practice adult behaviors. Young chimpanzees often chase each other and climb or swing in trees, which improves their strength. Young males are often seen throwing rocks or ripping up plants, behaviors that are similar to adult male dominance displays.
Just watch this little guy tear around. Maybe one day he'll even be the alpha male.
Some young female chimpanzees have even been seen playing with objects as if they were babies, like young girls play with dolls. This type of play is believed to represent the practice of mothering behavior. Can you think of any other types of play that involve strength or practicing adult behaviors?